Chapter 1. Eve stood in the shadows waiting. Silence. She refastened her kit-bag and watched intently. All her hard work was about to come to fruition. Over the previous weeks she had visited the local bars to learn as much as she could about him. She knew his brand of cigarette, what, when, and where he ate. She knew how and where he lived. She had studied the plans of his house, pulled from the developer's website. She had accessed all his records. His prison report stated he had a thing for girls aged 15 and under. He got up at 10 and didn't have a regular job. Instead, he peddled drugs to teenagers for them to sell to other children at school. That was his way in. He often wore a tracksuit top and combat trousers. No one was close to him. No one would miss him. He repulsed her. Eve stood silently counting her breaths and his paces as he came into her range of vision. Every step he made forwards, she counted one digit back in groups of 10. Finally he came to his house and paused. He pressed the lit cigarette to his lips and fumbled for his keys. Eve slowed her breath and silently tapped her index finger against her leg. She reversed silently further into the comfort of the shadow of a nearby tree. That tree stood on the edge of the estate, close to the river bank. Eve switched her modified goggles to enhance the night image. He was now a luminous green. She intended to witness every second of his strategic demise. Still he fumbled for his keys. "Come on," she mouthed impatiently. Eve caught herself mumbling. What was he waiting for? Did he suspect what was about to happen? How could he? No. Eve glanced over her shoulder. The cold, dark river resembled black oil. She didn't relish the thought of it. "Hurry up," she muttered under her breath. He was taking too long. Did he sense something? That same question, same answer. He couldn't, could he? Eve took another deep breath. She had to leave. She had already outstayed her welcome. She slowly reversed around the horse-chestnut, whose shadow had shielded her. She reached the river bank and paused, looking again over her shoulder, her feet submersed in the dark murk. Eve chewed her lip. The cretin was finally but definitely going inside. She took one more breath and watched the man align his key with the door. He unsteadily inserted it and turned it in the lock. When the door opened, he paused on the threshold. Why didn't he just go in like usual? Had he inhaled the pungent smell of gas? Bang! The cigarette blasted backwards, engulfed within a scorching flame blast. The tongue of flame wrapped around him, and he was gone.